statement with respect to locomotion in humans. Locomotion in humans. See over here, select the correct statement with respect to locomotion in humans. See option 1. Accumulation of uric acid crystals in joints causes their inflammation. So, where the joints are there, in the places if uric acid is accumulated, in the places we will suffer inflammation. Joints will face inflammation. Inflammation means pain with a swelling sensation due to excess amount of uric acid crystals in the joints. So that disease is called gout disease. So eighth question correct option is 1. Okay, so select the correct statement with respect to locomotion. That only about the locomotion. If inflammation happens at the joints, we cannot walk properly. Our walk style and standing style automatically change. So that the correct option is 8. That disease is called gout disease. Okay, that's all. So why not second option is correct? The vertebral column has 10 thoracic vertebra. 10 is not. 26 serially arranging vertebra is present. So second option is wrong. The joint between adjacent vertebra is fibrous joint. Adjacent vertebra is not a fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint. So that third option is wrong. A decreased level of progesterone not, estrogen level. When the estrogen level is decreased, then they will suffer osteoporosis in old people. Okay, so this is already finished. 8th question. So 9th question answer. The H zone in the skeletal muscle fiber is due to the H zone in the skeletal muscle fiber is due to. See, again I should draw page number 305. Page number 305. One diagram I have drawn many times. So the diagram I will show roughly. Have a look on that. As you know that already, jet line, sarcomere, actin, myosin, A band. This is the gap between these two. This is the gap. Gap. Okay, it's called H zone. As you know that it is already many times we discussed. The H zone in the skeletal muscle. This entire is the skeletal muscle. Okay, here also continues. Okay, so no need to draw that diagram here in this condition. Okay, so here I am not drawing, but actually in textbook here also actin myosin, here also actin myosin. It is a skeletal muscle continuously. Okay, so the H zone in the skeletal muscle fiber is due to. This H zone is present in the skeletal muscle fiber due to first option, central gap between myosin filaments in the A band. Central gap between the myosin filaments. Between the myosin filaments, H zone is not there. It is wrong statement. First one is wrong statement. So second statement, the central gap. See, the central gap. In the myosin filament, central gap not there. So option 1 is wrong. Second option come to the second option. Have a look on that. The central gap between actin filaments. This central gap between the actin filaments extending through myosin filaments in the A band. So this region extending through myosin filament, through Zone is extend. Therefore, the correct option is 2. The central gap between actin filaments extending means continuous through myosin filaments. In the A band, the center is A band. This is called A band. So the correct option is 2. Why not third option is correct? Extension of myosin filaments in the central portion of the A band. So this is extension. Due to the extension of myosin filaments, thick filaments, H zone is not appear. So third option is correct. Up, wrong. Fourth option, the absence of myofibrils in the central portion of A band. So absence of myofibrils in the central portion of A band, H zone is not present. So for the H zone and the myofibrils, it's not. So in the myofibrils only, H zone is present. It's not a proper statement to this H zone. Okay, so that the correct option for ninth question is 2. 10th question. Come to the 10th question. Everybody read 10th question. Three of the following pairs of human skeletal parts are correctly matched with respect to inclusive skeletal category. With their respect to inclusive skeletal category, and one pair is not matched. Identify the non-matching pair. See, among those 4, one pair with human skeletal correctly matched with their respect to inclusive skeletal category. Inclusive, complete skeletal category. What is that? Humerus and ulna. Humerus and ulna, it is appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton. Humerus and ulna, it is not appendicular skeleton. Option 1 is wrong. Okay. Malleus and stapes. Malleus, incus and stapes. 3. If 3 are there, then second option is correct. So second option is wrong. Sternum and ribs, not axial skeleton. Sternum and ribs, not axial skeleton. Appendicular skeleton part. Okay, humerus and ulna, axial skeleton part. So 1, 2, 3. Those 3 are wrong. If those 3 are wrong, means ultimately 4th is correct. Clavicle and glenoid cavity. Clavicle and glenoid cavity. So clavicle and glenoid cavity. Clavicle here. Clavicle bone here. Long bone it is. Clavicle, collarbone. And glenoid cavity here. In this glenoid cavity only, shoulder. What the shoulder joint is joint. So the 4th option. Hello, once little correction is there. See, 3 of the following pairs of the human skeletal parts are correctly matched with their respect to complete skeletal category. 3 are correctly matched and one pair is not matched. That is 4th. In that what not there? Pelvic girdle given. Clavicle, glenoid cavity, these 2 are correct, but it is not a pelvic girdle. That is pectoral girdle. Then they should give pectoral girdle. So pelvic girdle means buttocks region is pelvic girdle. So 4th one is 3. So humerus and ulna, appendicular skeleton, correct only. Malleus, stapes, ear-ossicles, incus also. They did not, but they 3 are correct. They said that malleus, stapes, ear-ossicle. These 3 are correct. Sternum ribs are axial skeleton, correct. Clavicle, glenoid cavity are correct, but pelvic girdle is not correct. In the place of pelvic girdle, if they give pectoral girdle, that is correct. So according to the question, they said 3 are correct, 1 is not correct, 1 pair. So 1 pair is not matched properly. That pair is the 4th pair. Okay, clavicle, glenoid cavity and pelvic girdle. That is not matched correctly. So the 10th question, correct not a pelvic girdle. 11th question. The type of muscles present in our, what type of muscles are present in our thigh are striated and voluntary muscles. Thigh in our body, thigh, striated muscles. Here also striated muscles, and those are voluntary muscles. In this one, if you wanted to throw, we will throw. Otherwise, we will stand. If you don't want to move, we will stand. Okay, in thigh and limbs, hand muscles are striated and voluntary. So the first option is correct. Upper arm are smooth muscle fiber, fusiform in shape. So upper arm smooth muscle fibers, smooth upper arm are not smooth muscle fiber. Here smooth muscles are not there. So what type of muscles are there, sir? Then what type of muscles are there, sir? So those muscles are branchialis muscles. Actually in our textbook not there. Branchialis muscles and corocobranchialis muscles are present. So second option is wrong. Upper arm not smooth muscle. And also fusiform in shape. Fusiform means what? Carrot shape. These muscles are not carrot shape. So second option is wrong. Heart are involuntary and unstraighted smooth muscles. Heart are not involuntary. Yes. Heart are involuntary and not unstraighted muscles. Cardiac muscles are present. So that third option is wrong. Intestine are straighted and involuntary muscles. Intestine are not straighted. Okay. Unstraighted muscles are present. Those are involuntary. Therefore, the correct option is one option is correct. The thigh are straighted and voluntary. If you wanted to make it move, we will move. Otherwise, we will not move. Okay. So 11th question option is 1. 12th question. Yes. If you study the disorders of skeletal muscle, skeletal and muscular, then you can say that. Disorders of muscular and skeletal system. Then you can say. This is the question they have asked in 2010 prelims, AIPMB prelims test. Primary test they have asked. Low calcium levels in the body fluid may be the cause of gout. Gout not. In the gout disease, uric acid crystals are increased. So option 1 is wrong. Tetany. So on that day I said prolonged muscle contractions occurs due to low levels of calcium. Tetany. If you study tetany topic in last chapter of this, then you can keep answer tetany. Next 3, anemia. So anemia, it is this disease sickle cell. Complete name is sickle cell anemia. So third option, sickle cell anemia. This is sickle. In our body, our red blood cells are turned to be sickle shape, from biconcave shape to turn to this shape, sickle shape. When this condition occurs, when in our body, when we are moving to high altitudes, at that time, at a high altitude, oxygen level is decreased. At that time, sufficient oxygen is not entered to our body parts. In such cases, normal red blood cells are turned to be abnormal. That is a sickle shape. That is called sickle cell anemia. Complete name is actually they must use sickle cell anemia, but they made it shortcut anemia. Okay, but for calcium level in the body and anemia, these are not separate tracks, not at all related. Sickle cell anemia disease in our body caused by 2 ways. One is when we are climbing to high mountains. In such cases, these chances, and genetic disorders. In our body, genetic disorders. Due to the genetic disorders also, sickle cell anemia disease, we will suffer. In such cases only we will suffer anemia. But here, so for calcium levels, it is not related. So option 3 is wrong. Angina pectoris. Simply anemia. Deficiency of iron also causes anemia. Simple. Within one word, deficiency of iron. But if you will see extensively, then there are various reasons for anemia. That is what we will study in second series. Angina pectoris. This is also last before chapter. Might be body fluids and circulation. We will study disorders. Pain due to blockage of blood vessels. In our heart blood vessels, in our body heart, if any cholesterol or fat is blocked in the blood vessels, in such cases we will suffer a kind of a disease that is called angina pectoris. So among those 4 options, the calcium levels decreased in tetany disease due to prolonged muscle contractions. Prolonged muscle contractions are occurs due to low levels of calcium in our body and a vitamin D deficiency. If you study that, you know that. So the 12th question option is 2. 13th question. Can you say 13th question? I think so here a little bit misprint happened. Am I correct? Let me know that. 12th question. 13th question. It is the AIPMT mains. For mains 2010 they have asked. Which one of the following pairs of structures is correctly matched with their correct description? So structure and description correctly matched. Hello, give reply. I am asking you. Are you there? About 13th question, something jumbled words, I think so. Yes. So no problem. So little bit we will write it. Structure. Description. I think so there I have left much space for writing any solutions or anything writing. I have given space much, so that space you can utilize for this. Actually serial number 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Structures. Now I will write. Description. So while I am typing, so enter, while I am typing enter, mistakenly I have made something wrong. Due to that it was jumbled. No problem. Now I will say that tibia and fibula. Tibia and fibula. So it's a description. Knee joint, both forms parts of knee joint, tibia and fibula. Next, cartilage. Cornea. No blood supply. But don't require. Oxygen for respiratory need. Respiratory need. Third one is shoulder joint and elbow joint. Third one is shoulder and elbow joint. Here, ball and socket type of joint. Ball and socket type of joint. Ball and socket type of joint. Premolars and molars. Premolars and molars. Premolars and molars. $20 in all and 3 rooting. Rooting. This is description. From this find solution. Find solution. Find solution. Which one of the following pairs of structure is correctly matched with their correct description? You match it. Tibia and fibula. Tibia and fibula. So option 1 is not correct. Tibia and fibula. Okay, so tibia and fibula, they won't form knee joint. Both form parts of knee joint. Tibia and fibula are present in leg region. Okay, so but they said that those don't form knee joint. Knee joint is formed by another ligament. Another ligament. So option 1 is wrong. Cartilage and cornea. Cartilage and cornea. No blood supply, but don't require oxygen for respiratory need. So for cartilage and cornea, don't require oxygen for respiratory need. First of all, no blood supply because does not have blood vessels. In cornea and cartilage, blood supply does not take place because no blood vessels. Then how nutrients are supplied? You may get doubt. Okay, so you might have studied in 10th class. Eye consists of 2 chambers. Front small chamber, aqueous humor, and back large chamber, vitreous chamber. Aqueous chamber and vitreous chamber. These 2 chambers are filled with the jelly fluid and water fluid. From that fluid, the cornea gets nourishment. Okay, I will say. Actually, officially, I did not say. Next chapter it comes, but already you studied in your lower class. Okay, aqueous humor and vitreous chamber. These 2 chambers are filled with a fluid. From that fluid, cornea gets nourishment. Cartilage, it is this is here, no need blood supply. Here, no blood supply. So the correctly matched option is 2. Remaining we will see shoulder joint, elbow joint. It's not a ball and socket joint. Okay, shoulder joint, elbow joint. It's not a ball and socket type of joint. Ball and socket joint. So the option 3 is wrong. Premolars and molars are not 2, not 20. So among those 4, the correct option is 2. Here one logic is there. They said that no blood supply, but don't require oxygen for respiratory need. Okay, so blood vessels are not there. Therefore, blood supply does not take place. Then how cornea is nourished, gets nutrients from the aqueous humor and vitreous humor, it gets required nourishment. Okay, so the 13th question, the correct option is 2. Next, 14th question. 14th question. Oh, you have to say. 14th question. Which one of the following is the correct description of a certain part of normal human skeleton? 4 given. Among those 4, correct description, correct explanation regarding to certain normal human skeleton. So first one, parietal bone. and temporal bone of skull are joined by fibrous joint. Yes. See, frontal bone, parietal bone, temporal bone. These are joined with each other by sutures. Those sutures are belongs to fibrous joint. Fibrous joints. Already I said, listen. What are those fibrous joints? Fibrous joints are three types: sutures, syndesmosis, and gomphosis. Among those, okay, sutures. Okay, so the correct option one: parietal bone, temporal bone of the skull bones are joined by fibrous joints. Those are also called sutures. Okay, so why not remaining three options are correct? First vertebra is axis. They're only wrong. First vertebra is what? Hello, I'm asking you. What is first vertebra? They give an axis. I am saying wrong. Then what is that name? First vertebra name? Hello? Are you there? I am asking you only. First alphabetical order: Afzal, Aishwarya, Amaresh, Amruta, Farah, Deepa, Atlas. Good ma, very good. Afzal, good. So first vertebra is Atlas. So but they give an axis. Therefore the second option is wrong. Third, 9th and 10th pairs of ribs are called floating ribs. These are floating ribs or false ribs? Okay, later you see it is a false ribs, but they have given floating ribs. Therefore third option is wrong. Glenoid cavity is a depression to which the thigh bone articulates. Is it thigh bone articulates? No. Thigh knot, hand bone, pectoral ligament. Therefore, second, third, fourth options were wrong. The correct option is 1. So, someone said now floating ribs are 11th, 12th. Yes, correct. You are correct. So, 15th bit. Try to say answer. 14th question. 1. 15th question. 15th question. Yes, Amresh, Iris, involuntary smooth muscle. Yes. Which one of the following is correct pairing of body part and the kind of muscle tissue that moves it? Yes. Correctly matched. Which one of the following is correct pairing of body part and the kind of muscle tissue that moves it? Yes. Ma, generally, if you want to keep answers for these, whole first PUC chapter, see how to study. Then you can get to know that. Okay. So, no problem. I will be here. I will give explanation. It is the question they have asked in 2009. Biceps of upper arm, smooth muscle fibers. In biceps of upper arm, smooth muscles are not there. What type of muscles? Particular name. Branchialis muscles. Branchialis muscles and corocobronchialis muscles. These two muscles are present in biceps of upper arm. Biceps of upper arm. These two types of muscles are there. So option 1 is wrong. Abdominal wall. In abdominal wall, smooth muscles are not there. So there are 3 types of muscles are there. Those are oblique muscles, internal oblique muscles, transverse muscles. These 2 muscles are involved in churning movements. So due to these 3 muscle churning movement, the food is digested. Therefore, the second option is wrong. Next, iris, involuntary smooth muscles. So iris here inside of our eye, those are involuntary smooth muscles. In this chapter, I did not say about that, but you might have studied in your 10th class, no problem. But if you remember, you can keep it. Otherwise, upcoming chapter, 21 chapter about eye, I will give complete information. But here, so the bit iris is involuntary smooth muscle. It is correct option. Third option is correct according to the question. So heart wall, involuntary unstraightened muscles. So heart wall involuntary made up of by cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles. So the correct option is third option according to the question. Third option. Which one of the following is correct pairing of body parts? Iris, involuntary smooth muscles, and the kind of muscle tissue that moves it. What kind of muscle tissue? Smooth muscle helps to move iris. The iris is varies from one person to another person. Due to that variations only for taking Aadhaar card, they will take iris picture. Okay, that's it. The correct option is third. 15th question, the correct option is third. 16th, which one of the following is the correct matching of 3 items and their grouping category? 3 items given in each option. So first, ileum, ischium, pubis. Those 3 are called what? Next, actin, myosin, rhodopsin. Come to the point. The correct answer, already one person said that. Option 1 is correct option. So why it is correct option? Let us see. Ileum, ischium, pubis. These 3 together forms acetabulum. Already last class we discussed. These 3 bones together forms our pelvic region. So those are also called coxal bones. Coxal bones of pelvic region. Coxal bones. Okay. Next, why not remaining? The correct option is 1. Why not remaining? Actin, myosin, and rhodopsin. Actin, myosin are muscle proteins actually. Actin, myosin are muscle proteins. While rhodopsin is optic protein. Second option is wrong. Rhodopsin, it is related to our eye. It is not related to muscle protein. Okay, optic protein. Optoproteins. No problem, I will give explanation. I did not give explanation about this. Okay, upcoming chapter, it comes. So that second option is wrong. Cytosine, uracil, thymine. These 3 are not pyramids. Cytosine and uracil are pyramids. Thymine is a vitamin B1. Thymine in rice, it will be there. So in rice, brown rice, more and more B1 vitamin will be there. So cytosine, uracil, these 2 are pyramids. Okay, thymine is not a pyramid. It is B1 vitamin. So third option is wrong. Malleus, incus, these 2 are ear ossicles. Cochlea, it is internal ear part. Middle ear is malleus, incus, stapes, middle ear canals. But they have given cochlea. The cochlea is a part of internal ear. Therefore, fourth option is wrong. The correct option is 1. Ileum, ischium, pubis. These 3 collectively form acetabulum. It is also called coxal bones of pelvic girdle. This is pelvic girdle. This is called pectoral girdle. Last and final bit. Elbow joint. Elbow joint is an example of this hinge joint. Hinge joint. Okay. Elbow joint. This is example of hinge joint. Why not remaining 3? Gliding joint. Gliding. Wrist and torsals. Wrist. At the same. Here carpals are there. In leg, tarsals are there. So in that place, gliding joint is there. So, but they have asked elbow joint. So that 1 is correct. Second option is wrong. Ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joint. Ball and socket. Ball. This looks like a ball. Socket. So due to that ball and socket joint, we can. Okay, that's all. So, but they asked about this elbow joint. So ball and socket joint is wrong option. Pivot joint. Radius and ulna. Radius and ulna also moves. So this is called pivot joint. Therefore, the correct option is hinge joint. That is called hinge joint. Hinge joint. Okay, elbow joint. The 17th option, correct. 17th. Correct option is hinge joint. 18th easy. Try to say. 16th question is 1. 17th question is 1. 18th. You can say, you can keep answers for all these. If you study that chapter thoroughly, not playway method, not like a newspaper. Thoroughly, if you read 20th chapter, then you can keep answers for all these